In today's video, I want to talk about some 2020 predictions. It's a few weeks into January, but there's a few things that I think you should know and be aware of. Let's jump right in. Hi there, my name is Ruben and welcome to Hidden Gems, where I help companies use data to make higher quality decisions. Now today, it's a little bit different. I want to talk predictions. It's always a fun topic, trying to see what's coming in the future, but I have 5 things that you should be aware of, and they'll likely impact your business in some way or another. Number 1, privacy matters. It's been a long time coming since we've been talking about data privacy, how companies store data, but I think in 2020, this is finally true. Not only do we have GDPR in the European Union, but now California has their own rule. You see companies like Google and Apple talking about privacy and how they store data and how they don't abuse your data. How true that is, it's up to debate. But nonetheless, not only are we seeing business repercussions for breaking privacy laws and not storing data properly, but we're seeing consumer perceptions change and trying to gravitate more towards products that seem to have a better privacy component, like Apple. So keep this in mind as you're storing data, you're thinking about what data you're capturing and how you're going to use that data. You don't want to be on the wrong side of a privacy case. Number 2, attribution on the marketing side is going to get harder. I constantly hear from clients on how they can't make the numbers work from Facebook and whatever other solution they have, and there's discrepancies and they don't trust the data. This is par for the course, but it's going to keep getting harder. Most of the spending goes to Google and Facebook. We're going to see more spending in Amazon and a few other providers. So your attribution needs to deal with this and accept that there'll be some issues that you won't be able to solve. So attribution, it's not going to get easier going forward. Number 3, we've been talking a lot about AI and machine learning. I really think most of the things we see today are machine learning with a label of AI. But nonetheless, we've seen machine learning in some reports, maybe seen in things like Google Photos where it helps you tag faces. It's pretty interesting. What I think we'll see more in 2020 is machine learning in significant human events, right? We're seeing China, for example, use machine learning to recognize faces from their entire population, about 1 billion people. How they're going to use that system, again, up for debate. But we're starting to see machine learning flow into governments and other public organizations, which can use that to do things that maybe weren't possible in the past. So it's no longer just something that it's helpful or relevant for marketing teams, but will have a serious impact on the lives of everyday people. Number 4, political pressure on Google and Facebook will increase. This year, we saw a lot of talk, and there's a lot of talk right now in the American election on how companies like Google and Facebook should be regulated. Maybe they should be broken apart. Maybe Facebook should not be allowed to own WhatsApp and Instagram, and the same goes for Google. I think this will continue. It's becoming increasingly clear that these 2 companies and other tech companies like Twitter have a lot of power on what people think and how they act. So it's likely that there'll be increased pressure to rein them in, whether it's in an indirect way, bringing them in for Congress hearings and then asking them to stop doing things, or maybe an actual direct way, an actual bill that breaks them up and makes them like a public utility, right? We saw the same thing happen with the Standard Oil Company, maybe about 80 years ago, which eventually gets broken up. This is something that I think it's top of mind for everyone at Google and Facebook. And lastly, number 5, tools will matter less. We're now at a stage where if you take any category of tools, marketing attribution, user behavior, doesn't matter. There's lots of options, 5, 10 solid options. Companies that have been in the market for a long time and have very mature products. I think what this means is companies are not going to struggle to find the right tool. Instead, they're going to struggle to find the right people. And this may mean hiring the right people, whether it's a data analyst or a data scientist or a data engineer, or training the existing people they have to be able to use these tools. At most of my clients, the issue I see the most is not that they have the wrong tool or they don't have the right tool, is that they don't know how to use the tool. No one has trained them on how to do it. There's a very specific set of skills that I think a lot of people are missing right now who work in marketing and work in product. And those will be the gaps that companies need to solve. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It's somewhere on this page. I'll be posting on a roughly weekly schedule, and I got a couple more videos coming up, which I think you'll enjoy. I'm also putting a link to my newsletter, the Growth Needle, below. It goes out every week, and it has similar tips to this one. If you like that, check that out, and talk soon.